And this is Jake Mason coming to you live from Cancun, Mexico. Sitting beside me, as always, is Terry Thrasher.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of dodgeball so far, and there's still quite a bit to come. We've got a pretty hype matchup, gold medal rematch from Los Angeles between Malaysia and USA.
This is how it ended last year, and this is how it begins for the women this year for these two. Well, no, Malaysia has not had a game yet, so neither of these teams. So this is the last game these two teams played last year and the first game they're playing this year, and both teams are super pumped.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we haven't had a lot of women's matches yet, so this is the first one on the mainstream since last night.
Oh, yeah. False start, US. They are just too excited to get this thing going.
You see the ref giving the signal. That's one.
Yeah, ref, you want to fight, ref? Let's go. Come up here and say that.
Yeah. So each team gets one false start warning. After that, it does cost you a player, so...
Oh, and do they get to pick the player at random, or is it the player that did the false start?
I believe it's the player that made the false start is the one chosen.
So both teams being incredibly. Oh. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a little ricochet, unfortunately, for hitting Azmi.
But both teams being very conservative right now, playing it safe. They're both back real far. Like you saw the men's teams just like go for it. These ladies' teams are slow and steady. They're taking their time. They're checking stuff out. We've got, let's see. Yeah, I mean, 6-on-5. This is going to be exciting. I kind of expected them to come out the gates swinging. Number 17? 17.
Shinwei Tan called out by the refs. I think she might have thought that ball bounced before it hit her, but no such luck.
One day we will have a direct feed into the players' brains.
Yeah.
And get several fines from the FCC.
NeuroView, coming soon.
NeuroView. Again, Bill Gates, if you're listening, we need money. we have big ideas. Huge. Patent pending.
Yeah.
NeuroView, patent pending.
Yeah, paperwork probably totally filed, so.
Yeah. All right, 4-on-4 here. I didn't even... 3-on-4 now.
That shot connecting up high with Hengi low. Looks like she's fine. These foam balls, again, they don't feel great to get hit in the head with, but they aren't going to knock you silly, at least.
I mean, sometimes.
Depends how close you are. I mean, who knows?
So you're all clear at home again.
Ooh,
nice shot from Cecilia. Ankle biter. That was great.
Yeah, that takes Kelly Law off the court for now. That ball pops up.
And it's out.
A little too far to be tracked down.
Unable to save herself.
Wei Shen Chong hoping to track it down, but that was not possible. If it stayed a little more inside the bounds of the court, she could have perhaps saved herself, brought a teammate back, but...
So last year, I mean, both teams playing super conservatively. Last year, Malaysia defeated the U.S. in round robin. And then the U.S. came back in finals, as I hope you all saw. Yeah. And if you didn't, go to the youtube.com/USA Dodgeball to watch. It's an insanely exciting match.
Yeah, one of the best from last year's tournament, I'd say.
Yeah, it's in it's my top 10 of all time for sure. But
you can see she's looking for the catch. She knows that she's in a tough spot and making a catch.
Speaking of catches, refs are calling it a catch for a minute. Number 5.
Megan Eng.
Megan, she was unsure if it hit the ground or if it was a trap, but it was a catch by Cici Enstrom. I'm probably going to mess her name up. It's so funny. I've known her forever, and I'm still going to mess their names up. I have been with this team, I've known this team forever, and I still am going to mess up my own team's name. I was going to say my girls, but they're not my girls. I'm their Jake. Nobody owns them.
Yeah, but they're going to try and own this opposing team. A big throw coming out, missing high, a counterattack. Also just kind of missing the mark. So we've still got some 6-on-6 dodgeball as Team USA comes to the line.
And if you're watching at home and you're confused as to the lines for the women's matches, The line that all the women are currently almost hugging, essentially, is the back line for them. The men's court is 60 feet and the women's court is 50 feet. I'm not sure what that is in the metric system, Terry. Any Canadian help there?
No comment. So you'll also notice that the staff have put down a green line, I think green anyway, on the field or on the court. Ooh, nice hit there.
Oh, like the dark gray one. Is that a warning line?
Yeah, I think that's intended to be a warning line to give the women some warning that they're heading toward the back, since the women's back line functions as that for the men's game. So
you know what? In all my years, I don't think I ever really realized that there were warning lines, and
that's why you're out so often, or oh, there's a catch.
That was a catch, and yeah, I think that is why I'm out so often. I thought they told me because it was too good to play.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Asmi with a good grab.
Oh.
And that one finds the mark though, and she is knocked out.
Brianna London, co-captain. First time as co-captain, third time on the team, fourth time on the team.
Fourth time?
She was in Canada, correct? Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and her first time out in Melbourne in 2016. Sharing the court with Kate Gong, who's been on every U.S. women's team since the first WDBF tournament ever.
And that was 2012, I believe?
2012.
Yep. Obviously, one of the most veteran presences at this tournament.
And, she's got so many medals.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can get another.
And so currently Malaysia with the 5-3 player edge.
But again, look at all that experience on the court. Over there, Rachel Rodia. This is her, I'm going to say third year. Yeah.
We've certainly seen a lot of her in the last couple of years.
She's an amazing human and a beast on the court. So 5-3 means nothing.
Yeah. We saw Kate Gong there. She blocked that ball, just checking to make sure she hadn't touched the line, but she's a few inches ahead of it, and ooh, big shots.
And you see that Rachel with the hit, and immediately Gong covering her, moving right in front of her with that ball, ready to take any cross-court, any counter fire that they had.
Yeah, Wei Xian Chong knocked off the court. And so Team USA, with that, trying to whittle down that player edge. And they take the shots. They look toward the left corner. But so far, so good for Team Malaysia.
The Malaysian women's team has a few new faces on it. I can't wait to get to know them and see them play and get to learn more about them. If you want to see extra stuff, go to World Dodgeball Federation on Instagram. And we'll be posting interviews and stuff through extra bonus content throughout the day. Send us questions, please. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to ask. If you're watching the stream right now, you can post questions, but occasionally we do not have access to that in order to respond properly. As of right now, we don't have access to that. But if you send it through Instagram World Dodgeball Federation, we will get right on that.
See a nice cross-court attempt, looking for Megan Eng, but no such luck. And now an offensive heading toward Tan while she's unarmed. And now we see Malaysia calling their play.
I'm already getting corrections. Yes, Brianna was not in Canada. I thought so. I forgot about that. And then Kate didn't actually play in 2012. She started in 2013 in my first year. So corrections there. But in 2012, they were a combo North American team. So she has been on every U.S. team. So there.
Oh, that's right. 2012 was a combination Canada and U.S. team on the women's side that did win the event.
And while Malaysia is a powerful force, the U.S. women's team is the only team in WDBF to take a medal every year. Only women's team.
And their quest to do it again begins now, as they've brought this 5-on-3 down to a 3-on-3. And Kate Gong directing traffic again from the middle. She elects to take the shot toward her opponent on the middle. But that is dodged out of the way. And now it's Malaysia's turn to head on the offensive. We saw Kelly Law calling the plays. And Malaysia now 3-on-2 edge. 3-on-1 edge. It's just Kate Gong, armed with a bunch of balls. But Malaysia, they're going to threaten to take their first point of the match. Gong's throw blocked. And now we'll see if Malaysia 3 to the line can make contact.
Well, let's see. And I'm afraid to say anything because of the commentator's curse, but Kate thrives in this kind of environment, especially at Worlds. And there, yeah, I'm sorry, Kate. My apologies. That was my fault.
Look what you did, Jake.
I do it every time.
She was in a tough spot. You could see she was clearly looking for the catch. She dropped her ball. It rolled a little far away from her, but that forced her to commit to the catch.
Terry, this is about me and not Kate right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Let's find a massager for you.
Malaysian women's team, again, you never know what's going to happen. It's 1-1 right now, and they're playing slow and smart. 1-1, only 2 games in just over 9 minutes, whereas we've seen most of the men's teams complete this amount like in 2 minutes time.
Yeah, and now Malaysia's first throw. Oh, you saw the catch. Looking for the catch was Enstrom, but she could not hang on to that one. A little frustrated with herself, but her team returns fire and knocks Kelly Law off the court. Now it is Team Malaysia's turn to go on offense. You see that throw missing.
Now, anyone in Malaysia, correct me, I'm not sure what their training process was, so I'm going to ask them later and post that on Instagram. I do know that most of the women on Team USA were fortunate enough to be from the West Coast, so they got a lot of chances to practice together. Whereas, you know, everyone's so spread out in all these countries, it's really hard to get all your players together to practice the amount you need to come here. And a solid hit by Rachel.
Yeah, Hui Shan Chong heading out again, unfortunately, as she gets tagged. The throw clock getting a little low. I think Ashley Cook was hit out on that exchange. Last year's women's MVP heads over to the queue. Now the Americans on offense. They miss on their shot to the corner. Yeah, the Canadian teams, much like the American team, geographically spread out country. This year, again, a lot of the players on both men's and women's were from the Ontario province, so a little bit easier to get them together and practicing. But we did see our national team members from other provinces making the trip pretty regularly. Wow, good clean hit.
What's a province? No kidding. I'm not that American. Azalea, Donche, Kate Gong. It's 2-on-2 to the. Oh, well, I'll save my point for a minute because this is exciting. 3 balls each. It is, I believe. I thought it would be Malaysia's turn to throw, but perhaps not. Oh, almost into her head, just over the ponytail.
Yeah, that was Eng doing a great job of getting really low, making sure that ball cleared over her.
Ball just off the ball over her ponytail, but so close. Both teams, again, the level of, I guess I'm going to say restraint or just strategy. They're playing their game. Both teams are playing their game, slow and steady. They're not going to risk it.
Both teams looking to be real calculated. Oh, that was, yep.
Nice shot by Azalea.
Hangy low. Not quite able to have that be just ball. She heads off. And now the counter's coming.
And there it is. Tag team. I mean, again, so much experience on the court here on the U.S. team. Azalea has been captain of the women's team for last year, this year. And she was in Australia, she was in Canada. Yeah, so 4 years as well.
4 years, yep.
And a lot of talent all over the court on both sides, and just talent but experience. When you're on this stage, it is intimidating, and it's funny because you try to explain the energy here to people at home. They're like, oh, I've played dodgeball before, and you get here and you see it. It's definitely like all eyes on us. Like there's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
There's a lot of talent. It's very intimidating. So you have to not be able to buckle under that pressure, to be honest. Like, and I've seen that with really great players kind of fall to pieces here. That's got to go into their decision when picking and forming a team.
Yeah,
who can handle that stress? Who can handle that pressure?
Exactly. It isn't always just about throwing the best athletes together. You also want to find a group of people that are going to make a good team.
Ooh, nice shot by Katie Sanchez.
Just bouncing before it hit the target.
Oh, yeah, we have that weird angle. Sorry, I thought it hit her, but it hit the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, also the emotional and mental toughness of the player is a key attribute.
Yeah, you can't fall to pieces. This is not the place where you can be like, well, that team's stacked,
Yeah. All the teams are fairly stacked.
All the teams are stacked. And there ain't no laws. It's just survival of the fittest.
And now we see Team USA. That call being made from the center. And that shot just missing. And the return shot just missing as well. Again, both teams playing it pretty calculated, relatively safe. And we see that shot coming from the right side, does miss, and that's a catch.
There we go, catch. New to the state, new to the World Dodgeball scene, Brenda Kramer with the catch. This is her first year at Worlds. And she's also a trainer, and she worked really hard to help, whip everybody into shape. To everybody on the other teams. Oh, catch!
Wow.
By Donche.
Yeah, this American side has a lot of catching ability on the roster. That's a tag, yep.
Oh, yep.
That ball hitting Megan Ang and popping well out of play.
From my perspective, I thought it was right above her.
I know, it's actually a tough angle to be able to see those.
This is a tough angle for us.
Luckily, we get to see everything pretty clearly, just not some of those angles.
You guys get a better view on the screen, a more concise view, I suppose.
See a couple of balls invested toward Azmi, but no luck connecting. And now, I think that one found the hair.
And the catch. The U.S. team closes this game out. We are at, that is 3-2 U.S. over Malaysia.
I think 3-1.
Or 3-1, sorry. 3-1 U.S. over Malaysia, thank you. Oh, I can see it right there.
Yeah.
And Malaysia just called a timeout, which is going to give me a chance to, I have to issue a little apology to all the other countries. Clearly, I know the U.S. team better. I spend a lot of my time with them, and am from a lot of these people started in my leagues. I've seen my babies grow. I mean, no disrespect to other countries when I know just more about them, and I only talk about what I know. But to make up with that, I will be going around and doing Instagram interviews with Malaysia, with all the other countries, even the Canadians, Terry.
Even the Canadians?
Even the Canadians. And I will get more info. So please send me questions you want to hear, all of you. And let's go ahead and, send me those things at World Dodgeball Federation. Send me your questions, what you want to know, what facts you have on the teams. Share your information with us, because I love reading that on the mic, because I might not know these things. Especially, I only get to see Malaysian players once a year.
Right.
And it's been 15 minutes. So enlighten us, please share your knowledge and let us share it with the world.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the interesting things about the sport, is how many people will come from far-flung countries to the World Championships each year, but it does mean that some of the players, especially when they're new to these national teams, we're just not as familiar with them, so.
Yeah.
But it is a pleasure to see the different styles of dodgeball practiced in different parts of the world, so.
I love it. That's one of the best parts about this. I mean, Malaysia definitely has it. Oh, that is a second false start.
Yeah, so that does mean.
Oh, I guess apparently we get 2. I'm trying to read the refs pointing. I can read this, but I can't. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. So I guess it is the team's decision who they pull.
Yeah, you can see that was Coach Brittany, right, gesturing for Ashley to be that person.
I'm gonna ask on that, because I'm not sure if Ashley was the one who did the false start. To me, it looked like Brenda Kramer, but we'll figure that out later.
The only way that it might have been somehow Ashley Cook's fault is if her foot wasn't actually on the back line when the play started.
Oh, perhaps.
That ball skimming before it finds the mark. And we see some good fakes, and that second ball connecting.
That was a great shot. Great team up there.
Shinwei Tan knocked out for now. And that's a grab.
Catch by Paige Peterson. Bringing Ashley Cook in. Bringing it down to 6-on-4.
Yeah, we see that sidearm going a little bit wide. And now Team Malaysia facing a little bit of an uphill battle on this point. Just under 5 minutes to go.
Every team seems to have made some pretty significant changes to their rosters this year. There are definitely a lot of veterans on Team USA, but still some changes, and for both teams.
Yep.
But yes, definitely the Malaysian women's team has some changes, some new faces, and it looks like a bit of a new style.
Yep.
But I'm gonna wait to see more of their games before I give too much on that. But the other thing is these floors. I feel like I don't know about the Malaysian women's team, but they definitely don't help you slide. It's harder to slide, and I feel like that might be a hindrance to the Malaysian men's team for sure. So maybe not the women's team, but
there we see that underhand throw from Peterson.
that's I try that and it goes straight to the roof,
Yeah.
right in someone's face every time.
Nice effort to come down with that ball.
Catch by Lauren Hoffman.
Unfortunate for Megan Ang, as it was hers. Her ball was caught on that diving extension from her knees by Hoffman.
Clutch, so clutch. Hoff is a catcher, and when she starts, she doesn't stop. So everybody better watch out.
Well, we see the cross-court tries. Yeah, we were talking after the match that the Malaysian men played on the stream earlier about the fact that last year they did drop low and kind of slide in Los Angeles, and that's not really a practical option on these floors. So difference in play style required from them and perhaps some other teams. The Canadians often on the opening rush would slide for the balls as well. Not really something they can easily do, although we've seen them try it a bit.
Yeah. I mean, as we even saw with like Nate Kreider earlier, the slide back and try to catch, it doesn't quite work like it used to.
Peterson was hit out there, and Malaysia trying to even the odds a little bit more. I think that was not quite a clean block. And so Peng Yilo has to take to the sideline. And now we see a shot from Azmi. Blocked before it could connect. And the American women back to the line. And we see in the back and forth, no one connecting again. But Team USA still has the edge in balls and players. They will be throwing. Azmi putting a bit of pressure on, but just buying a little bit of time for the ball to be retrieved for Hui Shan Chong. You can see
nice hit on Kramer there.
Yeah, she wanted that catch, but just couldn't quite track it down when it bounced up off the initial impact.
And nice another catch, second catch of this game by Lauren Hoffman. Again, you can't stop her once she starts.
And we see the Team Malaysia counterattack style.
Oh, who threw that? Hoffman? I was looking on this side. Who threw that? It was Lauren?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I just saw that ball
just skim
gracefully under the blocker.
Wow, it just flew across the ground, right into her ankles, under her ball. That's impressive.
Yeah, so a 4-1 edge for Team USA.
As we know and as they know, that means nothing. We have just under 2 minutes left in this half, and then we go to the other thing, and anything can happen in the next one. Big shout out real quick to Karina. We love you, and I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but everyone has a number 77 leg band in honor of Karina, who could not make this trip but did make the team, is on the team, and just a beast. We love you, and they love you. All right, moving right along. No more love. This is dodgeball.
Yeah, only ruthless competition now. Malaysia comes to the line. You see their throw, only electing to throw one ball this time. Again, keeping with that more conservative style that we mentioned earlier on.
I don't feel like Malaysia plays this conservative normally. Am I wrong? I mean, my memory's bad, but I feel like the Malaysian team, the women's team, doesn't play this conservatively normally. So maybe they're trying a new tactic against USA.
It could also just be that the makeup of their team this year lends itself better to the more conservative style.
That's a great way to put it. Probably.
I mean, we saw the Malaysian men earlier today. We're still playing pretty aggressively, I'd say, especially some great counterattacks, some really good mixing up of their timing. Ooh, is that throw connecting with Donch over on the far corner?
To the Canadian men, you said?
What did I say again? Yeah, the Malaysian men were playing a more counter-heavy style and mixing up their timing pretty well. You see one of those American throws finding the mark on Megan Ang.
Now it's we're on North American time, so I want you all at home watching to send me questions. You can text me, you can do whatever, but let's give me some fun facts and some questions. If you have anything about anybody, I want to know.
One of the fun facts is we are well under 10 seconds in this half, so you're going to see a little bit of chaos. Ooh, almost a catch there from Gong.
There it is. And that is half. How many people we got left on the court? 4 of Malaysia and 2? Is Kate Gong still in, or did she get hit at the last minute? No, she's in the outbox, so.
Yeah, she reached for a catch that she could not come down with. So we have London, and I can't see who the farther
Lauren Hoffman.
Hoffman, yeah, who's made, obviously, her share of big grabs already.
I mean, this is in a no blocking match. I want Lauren Hoffman on. I want Lauren Hoffman on my team at all times. But I want Lauren in a no blocking one. And same thing. Brianna's got a sick throw, but she's a great catcher as well. On the Malaysian team, I don't know. I don't know these women yet, but I can't wait to see what happens. Their blocking is usually their strong point. So, right off, Brianna almost with the catch, but did not quite successfully take that. Lauren on her own, 2 balls in hand.
Nice little sidearm release, connects on the second one.
See, I think she almost went for that, and that's a risky move.
Yeah, but I like the aggressive, kind of unexpected throw there.
2 balls, almost. She did connect on, looks like she connected on number 15, but there are 2 more left, and unfortunately. So Malaysia takes their second point going into the second half, 4-2 U.S. over Malaysia.
And I like what they did at the end. All 3 of their players committing to those throws, even though Hoffman did let go with one of her own. I mean, in that situation, I feel like your players should all go on the offensive. If Hoffman's going to leave herself a little more exposed in the throw, you got to take advantage of that opening and try to put her away when she's not going to have as good a chance to make the catch.
Yeah, no, I mean, sorry, I was looking for questions. You got me there for a minute. Lauren is a very good at that. Like her peripheral vision is fantastic. So when I play dodgeball occasionally, I like to snipe. I like to try to take that. We talked about that yesterday, countering and snipes. And when the most players are their most vulnerable when they throw. But there are certain people like Hoffman who you still can't do that to, because the ball isn't even out of her hand before she's already ready for the counter. She's very quick to react, and her peripherals are fantastic. So generally, if I'm playing against, and I get to play against these women a lot, and when I'm playing against her, she's the one that I will not take what looks like an easy snipe. I won't do it. I mean, because she'll school me every time.
Yeah, peripheral vision, actually one of those things we don't always talk about as maybe one of the primary dodgeball physical skills, because I don't even know if you can train your peripheral vision, but
it's experience, right? Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think I'm lucky enough to have pretty decent peripheral vision. It lets me see things on the court that it feels like some of my teammates have a harder time with. And yeah, it's just one of those things that if you have it, it's a tool you got to use. Make sure you're taking advantage of the fact that you can see kind of a wide lens on the court. I know back when I was still more of a rec league player, not the world champion you are today. Oh yeah, very world champion.
They don't allow Terry or I to play here because we're too good.
That's exactly the reason. But I used to, the old rec league move of bend down to pick a ball, and when one of your opponents thinks they've got you lined up, you just stop picking up the ball when they throw and actually just make the catch because you saw them with that peripheral vision.
I mean, honestly, when I get new players into our leagues and tournaments, it's a lot going on. There are, depending where you play, 6 to 20 people on a court.
Yep.
6 to 7 balls generally flying. There's a lot happening. You have to watch your teammates, you have to watch the lines, you have to watch the balls, and again, 6 balls. You have to be able to take all of that into account and react at like you don't have time to think about it. You just have to react. And I think it just comes with experience. I think it just comes with being in this situation over and over and over. You get used to, again, like we were saying in an earlier game, it's against all our human instincts to buckle down and face something when being thrown at us. I think we have hundreds of years of evolution telling us not to do that. And then here we go, and then we're doing the opposite here. So it's just experience. It's just letting those balls hit you. It's just feeling more comfortable on the court and keeping that awareness going.
And another thing that I think comes with experience, it's hard to keep track of 6 different balls on the court at once, but I think that's one thing you can put in work at doing. And if you're playing in a league with 6 balls, or I mean really any number of balls more than one, that's worth putting some effort into. Learn to keep track of where they are, even if you can't see them all, or learn to infer where those balls might be. But back to the balls on the court as we see the refs starting off the play. No false starts here, and that false start count does reset at the end of the half. And I think Hoffman caught unaware there on a good shot from the corner, I should say.
So yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We keep saying this, but I don't know if you're just tuning in. 4-2 is actually not that big of a lead, and it's definitely not a lead that you want to get cocky or comfortable with. They think it hit Brianna. It looked like a clean block from my angle, but again, I'm also like 100 feet up in the air.
Yeah, we don't have the best vantage point to make that kind of call, but
safe. I mean, Brianna London, I also have had the pleasure of watching her play dodgeball since probably like the day she stepped on the court. Very, very honest player. So if it did deflect into her, and she didn't take her out, she doesn't know it hit her.
And I know as in the Canadian program, I'm sure it's pretty similar in the American program, but in the Canadian program, the integrity and honesty of the players is one of the factors that the selection committee looks at.
Oh, yes. Yes. I, being a part of being a president of USA Dodgeball, humble brag, I would rather have a no medal or bronze medal team full of great representatives of the sport and our nation than a gold medal team full of words I can't say on the stream. I think that is hands down key to our selection process. And as I am sure it is for all the countries, because dodgeball is still, I really want to maintain this throughout as we grow, but we are still a sport based on the honor system. And
nice shot there.
Nice shot, but a miss. And a catch by Rachel. And a counter by Rachel. Wow. Counter by Kate. Look at them go.
Malaysia down to only 1 now, as Annabelle Ting is the last player hit off on quite the exchange where the Americans just hitting everything.
Oh! Is that a catch or no?
I don't think so.
I was blocked by our monitor. Oh no, she's calling herself out. Again, honor system.
Yeah.
I was blocked by the monitor. I just saw the legs.
Yeah, Chong maybe hoping that ball maybe wedged between her ankles as a catch, but no, I don't think so.
Yeah, the refs didn't even have to confer. Again, honor system. Thank you. Love to Malaysia. Because that was great. She was like, nope, I'm out, not a catch.
Sometimes it takes a moment just to process what just happened too, so.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have been hit while pumped up, and I'll make a block, and then I'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, wait, why does my finger hurt? Oh, that means I'm out.
Yeah. Once that adrenaline gets going, yep.
Yep. All right, back, here we are.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh.
Ashley Cook dropping that one. She wishes she could get that one back.
Does she? Did you get that on her narrow vision? I'm assuming she does.
Yeah. I feel like you could see it in her reaction, but that is the Team America coming up to the line again.
World Police, Team America.
And they connect on Megan Ang in the left corner for Malaysia. Now taking over that corner, I believe that's Hengi Low. Those throws, everything missing. 3 balls let go, 2 from the American side. And we see the traffic being directed from the middle there. That is Sitinur Alia Azmi telling her teammates what the plan is. And now the Americans with 4 coming back to the line.
Ooh,
and they connect.
Nice. Double teaming up on 19 and the connect.
Annabelle Ting joins her teammates on the sideline.
4-on-4 still. Oh, yep, 4-on-4.
That Rhodia with a good clean block.
I think this is the first time in U.S. history people are not texting me things about the team, and this is when you should be. So again, at World Dodgeball Federation on Instagram, send us your questions, send us your thoughts.
Now we see Azmi hit out there. She's been one of the vocal leaders for Team Malaysia so far. Rhodia eludes that throw. Oh, that was a really nice effort from Huishan Chong to try and corral that ball and pitch it back into play for one of her teammates to catch as she fell out of bounds, but it was not to be. And there's one catch.
Nice.
We do see on hit out, but we did see a catch from, I believe that was low.
Bring it 2-2, number 5, correct?
15.
Oh, 15.
I think.
And Rhodia with the catch and turning her body to the side to ensure that she fell inbounds.
Yeah, so as Meganing came in, she was brought out. Catches on both ends of that play.
And
Low,
here we
left
go.
alone again.
Left alone, and Katie Sanchez is looking to draw her attention. Ashley Cook, while Rachel's going to take it from the side. And there we go. Oh, didn't connect. Oh, Katie connected though.
Yeah, that one was a connection.
She drew her attention, and she drew blood.
Ashley Cook not doing the full follow-through fakes that I remember her for last year, and honestly, when I've played against her a handful of times, she might have the most convincing and terrifying fakes of any player I've played against.
Her and who was it? Robert CK from Malaysia. Those two especially. Yeah, definitely. A good fake is when you never know if they're really going to throw.
Yeah,
a good fake can scare a person. We've seen them scare people off the court, like literally off the court.
Some players you can kind of tell, but not with those two. Not in my experience.
Yeah. Hearing some celebratory noises from Mexico in the background there. Team Mexico is playing right now against Italy on another court. All these matches will be posted later on the YouTube at World Dodgeball Federation.
Yeah, we also have, I believe that's on the women's Team Canada against Team Argentina on a far court. Nice catch.
Great catch by Donche there. The scores are also being updated as we go throughout the day. There's a slight delay due to lack of internet in Cancun as a whole. Trust me, as a whole. But the scores will be up, and you'll be able to follow along and then see the matches later.
Yeah, Ashley Cook knocked out. It's true for everything Cancun has going for it. The internet in my hotel is a little bit slower than it is at home.
I have yet to connect to the internet at my hotel.
And you're in the fancier hotel than I am too, so.
Come through, Marriott. Come through.
And one thing I like from the Malaysian team, you see even on defense, their players in the middle are still calling plays, kind of letting their teammates know whether it's time to be aggressive or hang back. Now, though, they will come to the line with a plan. Nicely blocked. That is Enstrom in the far corner. Wow, a couple
and Cece with the catch, and Brenda Kramer. Oh, nope.
So, yeah, I think Kramer thought it was a catch, but I think the Malaysian player is saying that hit the ground, and yeah, the referee is agreeing.
Oh, so it hit the ground into Brenda, into the catch. Okay. Huh. I don't know what, who Brittany was talking to, Coach Masro, but I just hear like, hit, and I see her hand, so calm down, team. And again, they're not risking it. They're not letting themselves get excited or heated. They are playing very smart, very analytical, both teams. But at this point in these games, there's a lot more back and forth, a lot more aggression, and it just coming out naturally. Like, not aggression, because they're really respectful to each other, but
competitive aggression.
Competitive aggression.
Yeah.
They're both passion. Ooh, nice block. Two counters, one connected with Brenda Kramer.
Yep. So Malaysia still with 3 strong, but now only facing down only 5 Americans.
Only.
Big shots. I'm not even sure whose ball it was that did the damage there, but it definitely knocked Chong off the court. And that ball popping up high, way too far for Lau to make a play on it. And so now, those big throws from the American women there have reduced Malaysia to only 1 player on the court. And I think she was hit on the feet there. Couldn't quite squeeze that one. And so Kei Kwan Cheng knocked out, and the American women take the point. Up 6-2, I believe. 7-2, sorry.
7-2 now. There's still 12 minutes, just under 12 and a half minutes left in. Oh, over. Sorry, the clock will update in a few.
I think that's
12:47.
yeah.
Official time. The time you see on your screen is a little off. Again, we have to update as we go. There we go. And
I think that was another timeout called. I believe by Malaysia this time again.
it looks like it. But again, 12 minutes, 47 seconds. It seems like 7-2 seems like a strong lead, but we have seen so many games change in a shorter amount of time. It is very, very possible for Malaysia to bring it back up.
Yeah, I mean, these teams don't really have any quit in them, so even when it seems less likely, you do not want to let your opponent back in the game. Not only that, but if you encounter them in the playoffs later, you don't want an opponent that you were beating to think like, yeah, we brought it back, or we almost brought it back, because that's a big confidence boost in a future match. So if you're playing stronger than the other team, you want to keep your foot on the gas as long as you can and as hard as you can.
Put your foot on the gas, foot on their neck, as a former Team USA member Nina Fiore would say.
It's so violent.
It is so violent, and she is just so amazing and sweet that it's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, like you said, anything can happen. And same, last year, you know what? Round robin is round robin. I always try to tell people, like, it's in good grounds for looking at what might happen in the future, but anything can happen once you get to elimination matches. Last year, Malaysia beat the U.S. in the round robin, and then, U.S. beat them in finals. So you never know.
A big shot right off the rush by Paige Peterson.
And she is, I believe, out. She's unsure as if it hit her or if it bounced and hit her.
Yeah, and I appreciate when the player checks with the ref when they aren't sure.
Yeah, she did literally call the refs, like, help. Oh, they're calling her safe.
Yeah, I do believe that's the right call. It looked to me like it bounced just before finding Peterson in maybe the foot or the lower body. Yeah, some good fakes from each side. On the counter, Peterson eludes it, gets back up to her feet.
I'm wondering if this floor is hindering her ability to move around. She flops all over the place, and I say flop, but she's so much more talented than I am.
It's a controlled flop.
Yeah, it's a controlled flop, but she moves around a lot, is what I mean to say. And I'm sure being stuck to the floor is not ideal.
You can see what she did in the middle there, holding her ball up high, and then bringing it to that low underhand throw. It did miss, but it just kind of hovered on the ground a little bit. Ooh, nice shot.
Brianna into Lauren Hoffman. They're no longer friends.
Yeah. That's always a tough break when you block a ball, but you send it into a teammate.
Yep.
Hoffman kind of laughing about it.
Oh, count trade off there. Brenda Kramer and number 13.
Yeah, that is Chong heading off to join her teammate.
A nice trade, 1-for-1. Now we're at 4v4. I haven't seen, honestly, they took that timeout, but I haven't noticed a big change in the strategy from Malaysia, so perhaps they're just like, stay the course and oh.
Yeah, that's a good clean shot over the blocking ball.
Works. Taking out Captain Brianna London.
Wow, another great aim right now from Team Malaysia. Whichever player is throwing, they seem to be connecting, so.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
and Cook knocked out as well.
Cook. Paige Peterson versus 4 Malaysia players. Let's see how Paige has that wicked underarm throw.
Yeah. Can definitely throw you off if you're not used to facing that kind of toss, which not many of us are.
And it's quick. Oh, and she's a catcher, but she held herself back. She did not reach for those.
Yeah, you see that deliberate effort to put the 2 balls down and look for a catch, but...
Yeah,
and that one connects, though.
And that connects. I think the one right before went to the ground, but was enough to distract her and keep her from catching the second. But a great effort. So Malaysia adds another point to their thing. It is 7-3 U.S. over Malaysia. We still have 10.5 minutes left. So that is, again, like I said, a lot of time. A lot can happen in 10.5 minutes.
Yeah, and let's see how it goes. We see a big shot going a little high.
You can hear in the background again, Argentina going crazy. Again, all these matches will be posted later after at the end of the day from the other courts. It is what it is, people. But make sure you are on the World Dodgeball Federation YouTube, and all the federations will be posting on their social media. So follow all the federations. MAD, M-A-D, Malaysian Dodgeball, USA Dodgeball, World Dodgeball Federation, Dodgeball Canada, everybody. Get here, tag, follow us all, and share the love.
Yeah, we see Malaysia trying to hold the line. They back off to call their play. And that one going over Donch's head. And now it'll be Team USA's turn to go back to the offensive. And that shot missing as well, but Malaysia not electing to take the counter. And so let's see what's happening now. They go across to the outside corner. But that shot also kind of splitting between a couple of players. And there we see a shot is blocked as Rodia takes it, and that one connecting on Doncha. She is the first American player eliminated in this point. And that shot going a little wide, a little bit of a slower pace at the moment, but I think both teams are going to be happy to take their shots as they come up. If they see a good one, they'll push the pace. And that one, they're checking with the rest to see if it found the mark, and I think it did. And a return shot as well, knocking Enstrom out. So that is Azmi and Enstrom traded off in a quick exchange.
So that timeout has really seemed to help Malaysia. They switched up the, I didn't see a change in necessarily overall strategy, but who's throwing and when, or who's throwing as far as like that goes. They've been connecting. Great shot by Lauren Hoffman there. Fantastic hit, but bring it to 4-4. Yeah, Malaysia's, again, anything can happen. That timeout did them some good.
Yeah, that was a big throw.
Great.
Taking care of Megan Eng. And the defensive play call made from the middle of Team Malaysia.
You guys, you can follow updates at the Dodgeball World Championships, ships with an S, dodgeballworldchampionships.com/schedule. You're already on /live stream, which is where you're hearing my beautiful voice. But /schedule, you can see live updates of the scoring and the schedule and for the whole week.
And now we see on the back and forth, I think we had a 1-for-1 again. As we see Cheng knocked out as well as Gong. But it is a 3-2 player edge for Team USA. And Shuang on the far corner for Malaysia. She's not the one to take the throw, though. Yeah, that connected. Looks like Rodia will be heading to the sideline herself.
Terry, I got to leave you real quick to get an update for our viewers. Give me 1 second.
Of course. And we see a couple of throws invested by Malaysia toward the corner, but unable to knock out. And now the Americans back up to the line. It is both Hoffman and London throwing. And now we see Team Malaysia back up to the line. It's Eng with the throw. It does miss. Hoffman accepts the ball in from the retriever, passes it off to her teammate, Brianna London. Now we see a shot toward Kelly Lau. But again, this 2-on-2. We see London threatening the huddle a little bit. But Malaysia, on the 1-for-1, that one tagging out Hoffman. So Malaysia in position to get another point on the board for themselves. That shot going pretty high. Still Malaysia's throw, though. London looks ready, posturing aggressively. Does not elect to take that shot. but she eludes the ball that sailed over her head. And now she takes one on the retreat. Oh, and she hit the back line.
Okay, so now we've got Malaysia crawling back up there. 7-4 U.S. over Malaysia. 5.5 minutes remaining. Like I said, anything can happen. But some important updates real quick. We have on the other courts, 9-2 Canada over Argentina. Women's 9-2 Canada over Argentina. And men's, we have 7-6 Mexico over Italy with 8 minutes remaining over there. 7-6 Mexico over Italy with 8 minutes remaining. We also have an unfortunate update about those other courts. Just in, due to some issues with, unfortunately, we are unable to stream every court due to technical restrictions. Courts 1 and 2 games off the feature court will be uploaded to the WDBF YouTube channel after the tournament concludes. For some regulatory reasons, we are unable to get that footage and release it until after the tournament concludes. I'm a little bit heartbroken, but we will get it up to you guys. In the meantime, we will be hopefully sending some streams out and some information and updates as we go via Instagram. Just stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. We'll be releasing more info. Here, back to the game.
Yeah, so we have Malaysia now only down by 3. A little over 5 minutes remaining. That is enough time. If they can connect on enough shots, make a couple of catches, they may be able to force a tie, whereas obviously Team USA is going to look to keep pressing their advantage. Maybe add some points for that plus-minus. They're certainly still looking confident as they come up to the line on the offensive. Gong with the throw, that does connect, and Azmi knocked out.
So,
ooh, that shot just whizzing by a couple of players. That was London letting it go. London's going to get a ball from a teammate again to possibly repeat. Nope. Not that time.
Oh. Hoffman almost handing the ball off to Brenda Kramer there, but looks like she didn't. I think it was a good decision. It would have probably gotten in the way and possibly ended in an out. Kramer with the throw, but did not connect. Blocked, squared herself up, skimmed the floor in front of her.
Yeah, just in front of her.
Just in front of her, yeah. But she lined herself up for that catch.
Yeah, but now a good shot toward the corner.
So the U.S. in this game, the corners seem to be taking a majority of the shots, which was not the case earlier.
Yep, a little bit more aggressive, I'd say.
I'd say that too, but also, they've got the lead. That fumble, Gong with the non-catch.
Yeah, she almost found that while scrambling on the floor, but no such luck this time.
No such luck.
There's a big throw from London.
Nice block. 4-2-4 players on the court. 7-4. Just over 3.5 minutes, I believe. I'll give you the accurate time in a second.
Yeah, and now Malaysia's going to get to regroup with 4 balls, 1 per player.
The real time is actually what you're seeing on the screen. It is accurate.
Yeah, so a little under 3 minutes. And I like the timing of those throws from Malaysia, getting their target player to jump, but then that follow-up throw, not able to find her as she lands. Sometimes staggering that timing can be a good idea to get those elusive players.
Yeah. If Malaysia can close this one out, they definitely set themselves up to be able to, at least get it maybe to 6 if they play fast, or get it to no block. If they play really fast, they could tie it up. If the U.S. managed to stay alive for another minute, I don't see Malaysia being able to reach to the 3 points they need to tie it up.
Yeah, it's very rare that a point takes like 30 seconds or so. So just for an idea of pace, we should get a stat on what the average amount of time for a point to take is. But
I've been seeing an average of the first games. The first game out the gate for the men has been about 2 minutes for this tournament. But for the women, it took them. It was almost 5 to 6 minutes for the first one.
Yeah, a little bit slower out of the gate for a few of these women's matches for sure. But as we keep going here, we see 3 remaining for Malaysia. And that ball blocked cleanly. And now Malaysia to the line. That ball let go by, I believe that was Chong letting it go. But still missing the mark, and we are getting a little low in time. We're approaching that 1 minute mark. The throw from Rodia is blocked. So Team USA not taking any extra chances. They don't really need to. They need to leave it up to Malaysia to force the issue and get themselves toward a tie here. Again, those staggered timing throws, not able to actually connect. And we see the American women coming to the line. An aggressive play by Malaysia. Does leave them with only 1 ball, but they do need to take those chances if they want to make it as close as possible.
Oh, a trade. Is that a catch as well? That was a catch.
Yeah, that was a nice grab.
So it was not only a hit on Kramer, but a catch. 2 to 4. Again, 30 seconds left. And another catch.
Another one, wow.
If Rachel Rodia stays alive for 30 seconds, then it'll go into no blocking, they'll get 5. If she's out, then they'll have a whole nother match and no blocking. They're looking to get her out, obviously. Nope, it looks, it was safe. And Malaysia, I think, thinks is out. Again, it's all about your perspective, where you are.
That ball skimming before it could reach Rodia.
They called it safe. Oh, she did it. She did it. No blocking. So Malaysia, best they can do now is get 5. But this match goes to the U.S.
Yeah, some clutch catching by Ying Shuang-Ying.
Yeah, that was amazing. Good job.
2 nice catches in a row.
That second timeout really turned Malaysia around. They really, I don't know what they said, and I know they won't tell me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask anyway, because that was pretty. It changed their game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great use of a timeout to try and squelch your opponent's momentum and give yourself a chance to build it. Sometimes gives you an opening that you don't have otherwise. So.
Absolutely. Okay, what is no blocking? Rachel goes for the throw and the catch by number 13.
That is Hui Xian Chong.
And they take the point, bringing it up. So not a win by Malaysia, but a pretty good, again, like you said, now they get to go in and be like, well, we were down, and then we brought it back up in the second half. So
yeah,
that's motivating, you know?
Exactly. If they meet in the medal rounds, those Malaysian women know that the loss from the round robin is definitely not destiny.
And to me, round robin is where you suss out your opponents and you learn. You know, I know they watch video and I know that, but it doesn't really go into effect until it becomes a practical application of what you see online and what you practice with. So, you know, this is where you learn and grow, and you saw the evolution of the Malaysia team throughout the game, and now the U.S. team will discuss and come back with a counter to that, and if they match up again in playoffs or the finals.
And some quick updates from the other courts going on right now. We've got 10-3 Canada on the women's match over Argentina. And on the other court, we've got a 9-6 edge for Mexico over Italy. And as well, coming up real soon, we will have the next match on the stream here will be the men's match between Team Canada and Team Malaysia.
Ooh, a bunch of bad blood there. No, I'm kidding. But a really strong game because they've faced each other in the finals a few times. It's always exciting. You must tune into that.
Yeah, that should be, I mean, that's 2 of the big medal favorites here, so. I'm going to guarantee a good match. That's what I'm going to do.
Ooh, you got the Terry Thrasher guarantee, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Sorry. I want to say real quick before we. Oh man, now something came up. But darn it, I had something to say about that. I have something to say about everything. So I'll switch topics. We have from Sam Barry, big fan of the pod. USA women are not doing the same rotation as the men, but we do not have any light on that because they don't tell me these things because I talk too much.
Strategic discretion.
Strategic discretion. They know I would not be able to resist talking